Holt Nuts, how you doing? RB3, what's the good word? How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a good and productive Saturday. Master X, how you doing? I don't know that I've seen your name before. Welcome to the live stream, brother. We already have one ASM one. How many does one person need, RB3? The answer is you can never have too many ASM ones. That's the answer. Tony Sanders, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you, man, as always. Never enough. That is the proper answer, my friend. I've actually had a pretty productive day, spent most of the morning with my kids, which was kind of cool. My wife had to go to a fundraiser for like a friend of the family, if you will. That guy has some health issues, so we decided to help co-sponsor a fundraiser for him this morning. Raised a significant amount of money. Definitely a very rewarding thing. I wish I could have been there at the fundraiser, but somebody had to watch the kids, and I was selected, so it is what it is. John, brother. So John has been showing up to a lot of the chats lately, and I think has a great sense of humor, positive energy. He just joined Instagram. And he posted up a photo, headshot, showing his face. So I'm a huge fan of that, showing giant size X-Men #1. That was his very first post out the gate, you know, and it's like John's taking big shots on goal, you know, with giant size X-Men. So if John, what is your Instagram name? Type your Instagram name in there, so hopefully some folks can give you a follow, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what you decide to post up. But welcome to the live stream, and certainly welcome to Instagram. I love IG, so you will always be able to find me over there. Tony Sanders, glad to hear that you're doing well. No fundraisers, brother. The guy actually, he helped move my family into this house. He's like a professional mover. And about 2 weeks after he got us all moved in, he actually had a seizure and was taken to the ER, and they actually found that he had a tumor in his brain. And so he had surgery like a day or two after that. They removed most of it, and I think he's now going through chemotherapy. But he is a very proud family man with 2 young children that are roughly the same age as mine. And so we felt like it was the proper thing to do, to be able to take care of someone who just recently was like really involved with my family, right? You know, people moving your personal belongings for your wife and your kids. You know, that's a little intimate, you know what I'm saying? And so we decided to co-sponsor this fundraiser to help provide a little assistance to his family, because he is definitely an honorable family man, you know, so we wanted to help him out as best we could. So and John, I think John made a comment here about saving some of the low number ASM books for other people. No, it is every man for him or herself out there when it comes to Amazing Spider-Man. So forget about it, brother. Forget about that. No. So RB3, no. We will never auction off comic books. No. We will pull together cash. That's how we do it over here. We're not giving up any comic books, brother. It's not that kind of party. No, it's, you know, it's John, thank you for the kind words, man. But it's just, if I were in that situation, man, you know, if somebody were fortunate enough to be able to do something for me and decided that they shouldn't do it, then that's, you know, I don't know. I'm not that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was the right thing to do, because he's definitely a good guy, you know? So anyway, none of that depressive stuff. We're not going to talk about that. We are going to talk about ASM though. So before I get to showing you guys the books that I picked up, I finally had a chance last night to watch Black Panther. I jumped into Netflix with the intention of watching Iron Fist Season 2, Episode 2, and was presented with the Black Panther. And I was like, I am going in. So I started watching it, got sidetracked with family stuff, and then finished it up a little bit later in the evening. Watched it once yesterday. I am planning to hopefully, fingers crossed, watch it again tonight. it was pretty darn good, I have to say. I want to watch it all the way through uninterrupted because I think I'll enjoy it a little bit better than a stutter step kind of through the movie as kids yell out daddy. But it was a pretty good movie. I was definitely entertained, and I just watched 2 episodes of Iron Fist, and I have to say that Iron Fist season 2 is so much better than season 1. Season 1 kept leaving me with the feeling that this next episode was going to get better, that the next, segment was going to get better, and it never got better. But out the gate, season 2 is pretty strong, and I am enjoying it. So yes, I have never seen it, dude, which is shocking because it made like how many billions of dollars, right? But I have a wife who doesn't like movies, so she doesn't like to go to the theater. And then I have 2 young kids. And so the idea of me taking time away from my family to go sit and watch a movie, that's not really the thing to do. So I have never seen it. I was actually on a flight once, and it came up in previews, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay awake. I'm gonna watch it. And then I actually went to go watch it, and it wasn't on that flight. I did, however, watch like the first hour of Thor Ragnarok or whatever was available. So I haven't seen it just until last night, and it was pretty darn good. So Tech39 Ben just got here. Welcome to the chat, Ben. It's good to see you, brother. Yeah, so Hulk Nuts is basically saying that Iron Fist season 1 was rough. It was like watching a pilot like stretched out. Like pilots typically are never really seen, and if they're seen, it's just like 1 episode. But this was like a pilot that was stretched out for a season. I mean, the acting was poor. The story was just painful. It was bad. It was really bad. Season 2 is pretty good. I'm definitely enjoying it. So I would have to say, I think that Cage season 1 was not great. It was not as bad as Iron Fist. I would put them in the order of Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. That would be like the order that I would give them. But I watch them all. I mean, I also watch B movies and C movies, so who the heck knows? Defenders was not bad. John says he's drowning in Netflix. No doubt, brother. So Defenders was not bad. I mean, and then Jessica Jones I thought was really good. So I enjoyed those. So you enjoy that drowning over there, brother. The Hobbyist, how you good? How you doing? Welcome to the chat, man. Christopher saying he likes season 2. I'm guessing season 2 of Iron Fist. And yeah, Hulk Nuts, he was a little whiny. He was not the toughest man. It was, I'm finding myself, I'm barefoot, I'm rich, but I'm still going to whine and act like I'm poor. It was just not good. So anyway, so I'm going to hopefully watch Black Panther again all the way through tonight. Definitely looking forward to that. I'll be doing that after I get myself in the hot tub. So today I ventured back out to the same shop that I've been hitting. I've been showing you guys a couple of these low number ASM books, and come to find out today, they actually all come from the same guy's collection. I guess this guy had a pretty healthy run of Amazing Spider-Man, sold it to this shop, and the shop owner is just little by little kind of selling it off. Now, what's fascinating is when I first went to the shop and saw these books, I picked out, I think, 3 of them. I got ASM 6, 15, and 20. And there were 3 other ASMs there that he had available. And I intended to buy them, but I didn't tell him that. But when I called him back earlier this week and said, hey, do you still have those ASMs? Can you give me the price? He's like, which ones? And now I'm intrigued, right? So I'm like, well, which ones do you have? And so he lists off another handful of ASM books. So he lists them out, and I was like, so let me do some research and give you a call back, because I needed to like look up some prices. I needed to, I'm not familiar with every single ASM book, so I needed to go back and refresh my memory what some of these issues were. So then I decided which ones I wanted. I called him back and I said, look, I'm probably gonna buy this whole stack from you, but I'm not gonna buy it all at once. So I was like, I will be there in the next couple of days to get some books from you. And he was like, are you committed to it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm committed to being there. And I was like, I give you my word, I'll be there. So today, as soon as I had an opportunity to go by the shop, I shot over there and I picked up 2 books from him this time. And I think they're pretty cool books. And if you watched my, if you watch my last video that I did about J. Jonah Jameson and how he actually hates Spider-Man and like the rationale for why he dislikes Spider-Man, you'll recognize this book that I'm about to show you, and it is this book right here. It is Amazing Spider-Man number 10. Now, when you look at this book, you're like, there's not much going on with this book, right? The Enforcers, who the heck are the Enforcers? I don't think I've seen them in anything else other than this particular book. But what's interesting is down at the bottom is the tagline down here at the bottom. Hopefully you guys can see that. And just in case you can't, I will actually read it to you. It says basically, learn why J. Jonah Jameson really hates Spider-Man. So this is the issue in which we find out why J. Jonah Jameson dislikes Spider-Man. And really it comes down to the fact that everything that J. Jonah Jameson stands for in terms of money, power, influence, he feels that it pales in comparison to the sacrifices that Spider-Man makes, where he puts his life on the line without asking for anything in return. And so J. Jonah Jameson, who ties his self-worth to things, feels that he is hollow and empty compared to the selfless nature of Spider-Man. So if you were reading comics at any other point, right, you probably thought it was related to his son, related to the fact that, you know, he is a menace, related to the fact that he thinks he's a vigilante, blah, 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 blah. It all comes down to the fact that I think J. Jonah Jameson hates himself and therefore hates Spider-Man because he knows that he could never be him. So this book is huge. This book is huge, at least for me. And as a Spider-Man fan, I thought this was a really cool book. So let me get the, John says, who the heck are the Enforcers? Yeah. It's a really good question. The Big Man. I think Big Man is the head of the Enforcers. There's like this, the Ox is this guy. I can't remember what, little something or another. This guy's like tiny, but he is fierce. And this guy's like a rodeo act. But they're really nobody. They're really nobody. I don't think we even see these people again at any point. But it is a pretty interesting cover, a relatively plain cover for Amazing Spider-Man. But I think more importantly, what happens in here is the stuff down at the bottom, the revelations that we have about J. Jonah Jameson. So let me check this out real quick, see where you guys are. So I guess you guys are playing. Yeah, Tony Sanders says I enlightened him, I guess, when I started talking about what happened in that video. It was definitely interesting to me. So, yeah, RB3, I actually had to unfollow him. I had to actually unfollow him because of some things that he said in one of his posts that I couldn't get on board with. But yeah, he recently picked up out of, I think it was Kentucky, 2 large collections of amazing books, pardon the pun, featuring like some low number Amazing Spider-Mans, a couple of Avengers, amazing fantasy. I mean, like, he had a heck of a run. I think he jumped into a truck, a U-Haul truck, and hauled all that stuff back. But it was a pretty nice run of comics. So Ben is saying that the Enforcers actually appear in ASM 14. Very good. I'm not there yet. So thank you for that, Ben. I appreciate that one. So good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So the next book that I picked up, I read this one the other day. I don't think there's anything like crazy special about this one, at least from what I'm remembering from reading it on Marvel Unlimited. But you'll see it's sequential, right? So I'm picking up Amazing Spider-Man number 11. This is the return of Doc Ock. So at some point I will get the first appearance of Doc Ock, but right now we are rolling with the return of Doc Ock. So this is another book that I'm super pumped to have in my collection. And as I was standing at the counter, one of the guys behind me was like, so are you finishing off your run? And I'm like, I don't know if I'm finishing it off, but I'm definitely adding to the run. So picked up some really cool books last time. Super pumped about these, and all I can say is wait until, hopefully, fingers crossed, the next book that I show from this particular run, because I think it's going to be a really cool one. So stay tuned with me on that one. John said he loves the old school Doc Ock. You mean with the bang, with the bang and the bowl cut? Look at this guy. It is awesome. It doesn't get much better than that, man. Look at this guy. It is awesome. His styling is slick. The only thing that would make this better is if he had on some white socks. You know, thankfully he didn't go total nerd and actually has on some non-white socks there. But you know, anyway, I recently did not pick up an Amazing Spider-Man #4, and I'm kind of kicking myself just a little bit. I would have loved to have picked up that Sandman book, but at the time, the timing wasn't right. And so sometimes you're presented with opportunities that don't necessarily line up with some other things that are happening in your life. So at some point, I will actually pick that one up as well. JD, the 55, that's not the cover with Doc Ock on it, is it? Because there was one book, and I can never remember the number. It's got the headshot of just Doc Ock with his glasses. That book is incredible. I love that cover. I saw it, Ben, when we were at the Berkeley Comic-Con. I saw it in a bin, and it was probably like a 2.0 at best. And I wanted to get that book, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So at some point, I'm going to pick that book up because that cover is incredible to me. For some reason, that cover speaks to me. Oh yeah, so JD is saying he's got, Spidey in the reflection of his glasses. For whatever reason, that cover really speaks to me. So Clement, I think it's, Clement is saying he almost got the ASM first Electro on eBay low grade. Yeah, man, I think everyone's got these like really great favorites, you know? And I was talking the other day where I was saying like I want to get like 1 through 50 of Amazing Spider-Man, or 1 through 30 or something like that. And then somebody was like, well, what about this issue? What about that issue? It's almost like no matter where you put your cutoff when it comes to Amazing Spider-Man, there is another book or two that is just a little further along that you have to get, you know? So it's like this never ending battle. But I think I saw someone recently, or maybe it was the guy, Red Hood, that actually picked up the full run. Yes, I think it was him. He had a full run that he picked up from Kentucky, 1 through 801, which is incredible. That is a commitment. 1 through 801. That is quite impressive. So Dan, you didn't get the memo. This is a all Spider-Man all the time kind of channel. That Batman stuff you talk, no, brother, we don't do Batman over here. Happy Batman Day. How about that? That's the best I can do. I think I may have like 1 or 2 Batman books somewhere around here. Oh man. Yes, again, John, same thing. I mean, no matter where you put your cutoff, right? You could say you want to go, you know, whatever you want to make as a cutoff. You have to raise it because the next book, a couple up, is a killer book. It never ends, you know? So I think that's one of the dangerous / good things about those two series, specifically ASM and X-Men. You look at how many first appearances and major characters that make their appearances in those two titles. It really is incredible, you know? The Amazing Kentucky Man, no doubt. No doubt. It is crazy. It is crazy how many books he picked up. I think he also took the guy had some cabinets with his books in it. He took the cabinets too. So he had a Jim Lee Batman sketch to send you. Yeah, man. So here's the thing. Jim Lee transcends Marvel and DC and Image. He transcends all of that stuff. So anything Jim Lee draws, I automatically like. How about that? This guy today actually tried to sell me some Jim Lee books. They were books that I already had, but his email to me said, "Crappy books. Let me know if you're interested." That was basically like the subject line of his email. "Crappy books. Let me know if you're interested." And then we started talking and he was like, "Yeah, I saw the Jim Lee on the cover and I figured he had to be related to Stan Lee." It was just the guy, I'm poking fun, but it's all in humor. The guy didn't know much about comics at all. He had some comics and he was just trying to offload them. So he thought Jim Lee and Stan Lee, both Lee, had to be related. And I kind of pointed out to him that one was Asian and one was not Asian. So Jim Lee is doing a bunch of, yeah. Yep, I bet they are. I bet they are. All right. The Batman is hitting your house. Dan, you are all up in my stuff, man. No, you can't have the stuff that RB3 and I negotiate. You can't do that. You can't do that. That doesn't work that way. Dude, Jim Lee back on. So I think someone was telling me that the other day. There was this whole discussion about if Jim Lee would ever come back to Marvel. And I think he indicated that if he were to come back to Marvel, one character that he would want to work on was Wolverine. So I thought that was pretty cool. And in fact, in my X-Men top 12 video that I just put up, 2 days ago? I think it was 2 days ago. In that video, I actually showed one of Jim Lee's X-Men books with Wolverine front and center on the cover. It was like Wolverine fighting Cameron Hodge right on the cover. And his Wolverine is killer. There is no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Reg, get Marvel Team Up 15 with the Ghost Rider in the first orb. You know, I have like a Marvel Tales version of that from like my childhood, I want to say. Marvel Team Up 15. Why? What's the deal with the orb? What's the deal with that one, Christopher? I'm curious. Bad Dad cut off your ASM collection at the end of the Ditko run. Yeah, well, you know, some can make an argument, man. Some can make an argument that you want to extend beyond Ditko. Why hasn't your ASM 1 on your wall? Oh, so the ASM 1 isn't on the wall because all of those slabs that are back there are all sized for slabs. They are not sized for raw books. And so the ASM 1 is actually in a bin behind me in my CGC box where I'm putting all of these low number ASMs and a couple of other books that are going to be evaluated to be sent off to CGC for slabbing. So that's why that's not on the wall. I'm actually thinking about using my front wall here for raw books so that I can actually display some of them. You won't be able to see them, of course, but the thought was that I would have a slab wall and a raw wall. So we'll see whether I can actually make some of that happen. So JD, yeah, JD is making the point that, you know, Romita actually has some really solid covers as well. So, cut off right after Romita. Yeah, so that's part of the rationale is that ASM 1, which I picked up maybe 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago. It's really been sitting in the box mostly right behind me with a bunch of other books. So at some point I will be able to get it up on the wall somewhere. So my next thing, so if you guys haven't seen my top 50 videos, I am almost done. I'm up to my top 40 books right now. I did my top 10 childhood books, my top 10 Amazing Spider-Man books, which did not include these two because I just picked them up. My top Ditko and John Romita. My top 12 X-Men books. And next, what I'm going to do is my top 10 signature books, and that'll round out my top 50. So I'm hoping, I'm debating whether I'm going to record that one or whether I'm going to go live. Either way, I hope to maybe get it out tomorrow. So we'll see about that. So get caught up here. Those 250 videos are some of the best I've seen anywhere. Great stuff. Oh yeah, thank you, John. I appreciate that, brother. Again, just trying to do it a little bit differently, you know, because I know some guys do all 50 right in one video, and I decided to kind of break it up and do it a little bit and have a little bit of fun, you know. So yeah, there's a couple of people here that actually collect low grades. I mean, I've got I've got a 4 back there somewhere. Yeah, I've got a 4 back there on my wall right now, and I've got a couple of 3 and 3.5s in my bin. So depending upon the book, man, sometimes low grade is the grade to get, you know? So I'm definitely not a snob. In fact, these 2 books right here are probably what, like 5s? Yeah, like 5 and 5.5 probably is my guess. All right, so let me get caught up here. All right, guys, so I need to go get myself in a hot tub and then continue enjoying the rest of this evening. I want to thank you guys for spending a small part of your day to hang out with me. I enjoy these chats because they are definitely a lot of fun. I like the interactivity. And in fact, someone, my buddy Matt, aka Thanatos, brought an idea to me earlier today where we are considering doing some stuff live on air that will involve a little bit more interactivity with you guys out there. So I need to give some thought to some of his ideas and see if we can make some magic with this thing. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out just a little bit with me. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and stay tuned because I will probably be going live tomorrow as well, possibly with the stack of books that are sitting to my right. Take care.